Hello children, in today's video I am going to take up the chapter number 5 quality from your English reader book Honeycomb. The writer of this chapter is John Galsworthy. Children, before we start this chapter, let us understand this thought. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Yes children, quality is not an act, it is a habit. It is a habit to give your 100% to your work, and even then when no one is looking at you. So the theme of the chapter is quality itself. Along with that, you will also understand the importance of one's dedication, passion and loyalty towards his profession. So children, let us start the topic. Before we understand the story, let us know these characters. The first, we have the author, who is the narrator himself. Second, we have Geisler brothers, who are the German shoemakers. They are two siblings, and the younger brother is the protagonist of the story. Third, we have English shoemaker, who comes at the end of the story. Now children, let us start the story. The story begins with two German shoemakers who are known as Geisler brothers. They are two siblings. They are the complementary part of each other. The narrator has known Mr. Geisler for a very long time because his father would also buy shoes from his shop. They had a shop in a small by street in a fashionable part of London, but the shop was a very simple kind of shop. It didn't have any kind of sign except Geisler brothers written on it, and a few pairs of boots could be seen in the window. Mr. Geisler did not keep the shoes prepared. He made shoes only on order, and it took him around 15 days time to complete his order. The shoes made by him used to be perfect in fitting and finishing. They used to be long lasting. They used to last longer than any other shoes. This was the reason why the customers didn't have to go to his shop to buy shoes very often. They would go to his shop after long intervals. The narrator always preferred to buy shoes from his shop. Mr. Geisler always used the best quality of leather. In spite of having less profit, he never compromised with the quality. And this is why the title of the chapter is also quality. In the story, the narrator describes various occasions on which he had gone to visit the shop of Mr. Geisler. He describes one visit when he had gone to Mr. Geisler's shop. He complained about the last pair of boots that he had bought from his shop had started creaking. They started making some squeaky sound. To this, first Mr. Geisler said to him that the narrator must have made them wet. But later, he said, okay, you return the boots to me. If I couldn't repair them well, then I would give your money back to you. So here we see the commitment, the truthfulness of Mr. Geisler for his profession as well as for his customer. This is the remarkable feature of his character, of his personality. So this impressed the author a lot. On another occasion, when the author went to visit the shop of Mr. Geisler, he was a bit absent-minded. He was wearing the shoes which he had bought in an emergency from some other large firm. When the author reached the shop, Mr. Geisler looked at the shoe very carefully, and he pressed at a point where the left shoe was not comfortable. He said, "It hurts here." And then he started sharing his story with the author. He said, these big firms don't have self-respect. They attract the customers only by their advertisement. They don't provide quality shoes to the customers. They gain the profit only by their advertisement. And due to this, Mr. Geisler was also losing his business. This was the first time when the author got to hear such thing from Mr. Geisler. To help him, he could do nothing but ordered many pairs of boots instantly, and then he left from there. As the boots used to stay longer than usual, then nearly after 2 years he went again to the Gessler brothers. And this time when he went to his shop, he mistook Mr. Gessler to be his elder brother, as he was looking very aged and tired. But after a while he comes to know from him that his elder brother is dead and Mr. Gessler has been left alone. This made the author feel very bad and very sad about it. He ordered many pairs of boots again and he left the shop. After that he went to abroad and he stayed in abroad for nearly 1 year. When he came back after 1 year, he went to his favorite boot shop, and this time the man was looking even more aged. Though only 1 year had passed, but from the face of Mr. Gessler it appeared as if 10 years have passed. Even Mr. Gessler was not able to recognize the author. He simply asked the author whether he wanted some boots. To this, ordered some boots and left from there. After some time, he got his order, and when he tried the shoes made by Mr. Gessler, he was immensely satisfied. He was quite happy because the shoes that he had made this time, they were the best shoes that Mr. Gessler had ever made. He immediately wrote the check, posted it at once, and after some time, one evening, he felt like meeting Mr. Gessler personally to thank him for the wonderful shoes that he had made for him. So he went to his shop, but when he reached there, to his surprise, the nameplate of Gessler brothers was found missing from there, and instead of Mr. Gessler, some other person was sitting. When he went to him, he was an Englishman. An Englishman was sitting inside the shop. He went to him, he asked him about Mr. Gessler. Then that Englishman informed him that Mr. Gessler had passed away and his shop has been taken over by him. He further added that Mr. Gessler made the best shoes in London. He used the finest quality of leather and worked hard day and night to complete the order in time. But he never advertised for his shop. He never allowed anyone to help him in completing his order. He did all the work himself, and due to this, he started losing his customers, he started losing his business. Whatever money he earned, that went on paying rent and buying leather, and at the end, he didn't have sufficient money to buy his food also, and due to this, he died of starvation. This way, the story ends. From this story, we learn that to become master at any skill, we need total commitment, devotion, loyalty, as well as complete dedication. And at the end, we also learn that we must keep ourselves updated with the changes happening in the society, in the world, so that we may remain successful forever. After all, change is the law of nature. So, this is the sum and substance of the story. Children, let us understand these difficult words. The first word is guttural, G-U-T-T-U-R-A-L, which means harsh sound, the sound which is produced in the throat, that sound. Second, we have fortnight. Fortnight, a period of 15 days. A period of 15 days means 2 weeks, that is called a fortnight. Then third word is penetrating. Penetrating means to see through something. Here it means to understand something thoroughly, completely. Fourth word is contempt. Contempt means disrespect. Contempt means disrespect. Fifth word is starvation. Starvation means suffering or death due to scarcity of food. Suffering or death due to scarcity of food. Let us understand these phrases from the chapter. The first phrase is certain quiet distinction, means being different from others. Here we talk about the shop of Mr. Gessler, which was different from others as it was a very simple kind of shop. It was not showy. Second, having something beyond the temporary, which means lasted for a long time. So, the shoes made by Mr. Gessler were having something beyond the temporary as they lasted for a long time. Third, pinched and worn. Mr. Gessler looked pinched and worn, means poor and tired. Mr. Gessler looked pinched and worn. Fourth, slack time. In English, it is slack time. Slack time is in German tongue as it was spoken by Mr. Gessler. Slack time or slack time means not busy. Here it means not having customers. So, Mr. Gessler had slack time as he was not having customers. A bit flowery means little complicated. So, any case which seems little complicated, that may be a bit flowery. So, this way we can use these phrases. I hope the chapter has been clear to all of you. You can answer any question raised from this chapter. Children, from this chapter we learn that whatever we do, we should try to give our 100%. And I hope that you will do all the learning at your home with your 100% devotion and dedication. Keep learning, stay healthy and safe, and do take care of yourselves. Thank you so much.